Project method. Project method is one of the modern method of teaching in which the student's point of view is given importance. In designing the curricula and content of students, this method is based on the philosophy of pragmatism and the principle of learning by doing. In this strategy, pupils perform constructive activities in natural conditions. A project is a list of real life that has been imparted into the school. It demands works from the pupils. Definition. According to W.H. Kilpatrick, a project is a whole-hearted, purposeful activity proceeding in a social environment. According to the Bellot, a project is a bit of real life that has been imparted into the school. According to Thomas and Long, it is a voluntary undertaking which involves constructive effort or thought and eventuates into objective results. So these three definitions are given by the different authors. Project method is a very specific method and it is a real life method. Students working through the real skills. Students are working to enhance their own skills by learning and doing. Characteristic of project method. It takes the student beyond the walls of classroom. It is carried out in a natural setting, thus making learning realistic and experimental. Students here work in through the old skills, through the own material, and by physically, mentally they are involved in this method. It encourages investigating learning and solution of practical problems. It is focused on the student as it enlists his her active involvement in task set. It encourages the spirit of scientific inquiry as it involves validation of hypotheses based on evidence gathered from the field through investigation. It promotes a better knowledge of the practical aspect of knowledge gained from books. It enhances the student's social skills as it requires interaction with the social environment. The teacher plays a facilitative role rather than the role of an expert. It allows the students a great degree of freedom to choose from among the options given to them. Hence, it provides a psychological boost. It encourages the spirit of research in students. There are different types of project and students are involved in according to their mental approach. Individual and social projects. These projects are two types. Sometimes students are working individually and working on social projects, how to spare their life, the other people are socializing, sharing, and caring. Group projects, the problems is solved by the groups of people in the class. Here is social citizenship quality and synergism are develops. Simple and complex projects. In this simple projects, the students are completing only one work at a time. It gives the deep information about the project in one angle. The students get deeper and broader knowledge about the problem. In the complex project, the students are carried out more than one work at a time. They are focused on the work in various subjects and angles. Here, the students get the knowledge about the work in various activities and dimensions. So this was all about the project method in the teaching and learning. When we are planning a lesson, when we are preparing a lesson, we must know that which type of method is necessary for the learning to students. If students will be able to learn from the project method, we have to use project method. If we think that students will be learned by the activity method, we have to show the activity here. Means we have to focus on the learning of students, how they are in position to learn. Now we have another topic, that is activity method. By the activity method, uh, this teaching method comprises the principle and method used by teachers to enable student learning. For a particular teaching method to be appropriate and efficient, it has to be in relation with the characteristic of learner and type of the learning it is supposed to bring out. What objectives should be keep in mind? Classroom transaction, method of classroom transaction, what is activity method, historical background, importance of characteristic, organization, different types of activities, and example. Classroom transaction is a process of creating situation whereby students are able to interact with material to be learned in order to construct knowledge. Classroom transactional practice include teacher, content, environment, assessment, mode of style, etc. Methods, activity method, we are mostly using activities, group work, pair work, collaborative, cooperative, and the projects. These are activity given by the students in the ways of learning. The activity method is a technique adopted by a teacher to emphasize his or her method of teaching through activity in which the students participate rigorously and bring about efficient learning experiences. It is a child-centered approach. It is a method in which child is actively involved in participating mentally and physically. Learning by doing is the main focus of this method. So activity method means any learning that is carried out with a purpose in a social environment involving physical and mental action, stimulating for action, active action or expression. So it is very important that it enhances the creative aspect of experience. It gives a reality for learning, use all available resources, provides varied experience to the students to facilitate the acquisition of knowledge, experience, skills, and values. Build the students' self-confidence and develop understanding through work in a group. Develop interest, enriches vocabulary, and provides stimulus for reading. Activity method develops the healthy relationship among students and between students and teacher. An activity is said to be the language of the child. A child who lacks in verbal expression can express his ideas through activities. Most of the subject can be taught through this method. This also provides an opportunity to develop good social relationships. Characteristic of an effective activity, active environment, confronting misconception, multiple representation, iteration, appropriate use of teaching. How to organize an activity, decide instructional goal, understand the learner's goal and cognitive level, consider the nature of subject, know the time available and availability of resources for achieving the instructional goal, design suitable activity and implement that in the class, provide link between previous knowledge and activity, give the student during activity work and follow up it and bring required changes of for better use. So by this we can organize the various activities for the learning of students. First one we have what should be goals and what the cognitive level will be on the understanding of the students. Consider we have to consider the nature of subject, what type of subject we have, what type of activity we should enhance or start or to keep in mind. What type of resources are essential for this activity? We should avail these resources, and how this activity we have to implement in class. There should be a sequence, and we have to provide the link between previous knowledge and activity. It is very necessary that our knowledge should be concerned with the students previous knowledge and activity, and guide students during the activity. When we are taking an activity, we should provide guides to the students. Different type of activities are different types according to the need of subject or topic or lesson. Dramatization we have, quizzes we have, role play, educational games, brainstorming, and debates. etc. are the type of activities. Dramatization mean we are going to show various plays to the students for their learning, because dramatization activities plays a very visualization in the mind of students. So quizzes, various type of quizzes are so a good activity for their learning. Role play, students prepare their own dramas, dialogues, conversation, and bring to this audience. Educational games, various games we should be organized to the learning of the students. Brainstorming activities, one word or two word meaning means mostly. Brainstorming activities are very important. Debates, which is also a great activity, and students prepare themselves to argue against each other. Now we have laboratory method. Laboratory method, it is also a very essential method for teaching science. Laboratory method is a planning learning activity dealing with original or raw data in the solution of problems. It is a procedure involving first-hand experience with materials or facts derived from investigation or experimentation. The laboratory method is used to design a teaching procedure in the physical science that uses experimentation with apparatus. Aims of laboratory method. Laboratory method is certain types of aims when the students are in their laboratory in their science subject. Their mostly aims are followed by the teachers to give first-hand experience to students. Students are will be given the first-hand experience because new students are in ninth metric first year enter. The first-hand experience is given to only give the knowledge to the students about the laboratory, how apparatus are, what should be in laboratory, and how these laboratory works. Second one, to provide student participation in original research. Then students are in the field of research to develop skills in the use of laboratory equipment and instrument. The mostly skills are developed through the laboratory experience to make use of the power of observation and reasoning. Students now are in position to reasoning, observing various facts and figures to make use of reality, to make learning easier and permanent, to build scientific attitude in the student, The steps of the laboratory method, introductory steps, culminating activities, work period. So there are so many merits and demerits of this, like others methods have merits and demerits. So the build scientific attitude, sense of achievement, close student-teacher relationship, psychological method of teaching, develop practical skills, learning by doing, contact with reality, retention of learning material. So, like other methods, this method also build the scientific attitude towards student, because what science says, what experiment says, what they have observed, these things change the behavior of the student regarding the scientific evidence. Sense of achievement: if they are given any task, they shall produce their sense to achieve these tasks. Close student teacher relationship: in this method, the teacher and students relation is very close, and they are mostly cooperating with each other. Physical method of psychological method of teaching: develop practical skills, learning by doing, contact with reality, retention of material. So these are also linked by each other. Students' skills are developed through the practice. They are doing means they are learning. Contact with reality: whatever they are seeing or looking or visualizing, they are with this. And retention of learned material: they are retaining whatever they have learned from this material. Same time, we have different demerits: shortage of resources, lack of funds, students may feel heavy burden, need experience and well qualified teachers only. So there are so many also demerits, difficulties in this method. Now we have another our method, that is teaching with questionnaire and answer method. Question and answer method is also a very essential and important method in the learning of students. Mostly teachers asking questions from the students. These questions are divided into the according to the taxonomy of Bloom, that which type of skill, which type of answer, which type of activity, what type of behavior we want to see from the student side, or what type of behavior we want to change in the behavior of learner or student. So categories of question, uses of questions, types of question according to purpose, type of question according to level, characteristics of good questioning skills and conduct of good questioning, handling students' response and handling students' questions, sequence of questions. So there are so many smaller topics are present in this activity or in this method. So there are categories of question: knowledge. In the sense of knowledge, means knowledge is a component of a cognitive domain. So who, what, whom, where, why, how, these type of question we arise from the students according to our topic or whatever we have taught them. Comprehension is a second component of cognitive skill, means retail. We are asking from the student. Analysis is a third component of domain. What are the parts of uh, flower, or what are the features of a skeletal system? Classify according to uh, this type of situation. So we use analytical type of questions from the students. Application type of questions, how it is made up of, give any example, how is related to that, why is this, and significance of this material or pen or an method. So this type of applicable questions we are asking from the students, and students when they reply, when they give answer, they are applying with their own situation. Synthesis type of question, what would infer from, what ideas can you add to, how would you design a new activity, what would happen if you combine these all type of pictures or groups or forms. So these type of synthesis questions we are asking from the students. Then we have evaluation type of question. In this question, we ask from the student, do you agree that this is only part of plant? What do you think about this situation? What is the most important part of this universe place? In order to clarity, how would you decide about what criteria do you need to use to assess? So these type of questions are we are asking from the students. Uses of questions, why we use this question, we use question to stimulate the pupils think, to motivate people, to diagnose people difficulties, to discover people interest, to help people organize and evaluate, to aid people to relate pertinent experience to the lesson, to focus people attention, to develop new appreciation and attitudes, to provide drill or practice, to show relationships such as cause and effect, to encourage the application of concept. So we use these questions for developing the stimulation, motivation, diagnostic, discover these type of skills to the students. Teacher is in position to develop their skills according to their learning. So type of question according to purpose, when we are asking about the purpose, for assessing cognitive, for verification, for creative thinking, for evaluative, for productive thinking, for motivating, for instructing. So these purposes we keep in mind where we when we are asking from the questions. Type of question according to level, low level, high level, convergent, divergent. So mostly we see or want to see the behavior of students, what they have learned from the teacher from the topic. Questionnaire, or when we are asking the question, what should be in that questions, what are the good questions, and how questions should be arise from the student. So we have brief, clear, and uh, unequivocal, not be lifted from the book, suited to the page, experience and ability of the student, deal with only one idea, vary in difficulty, applicable to all students, thought provoking and challenging, are not self answering, relevant to the lesson under discussion, in good grammatical form. So any type of questionnaire, the questionnaire must possess all these type of points. They should be clear, and mostly the suitable question should be, and the all the questions must produce or grow the ability of students. Questioning skill, conduct of good questioning, varying type of question, ask question in conversational tone. So these are all same type of questions. So we have to keep in mind.